I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Ooh. Hey, my loves. Oh, child. Oh, no. Oh, what is going on here? What is going on here? Ooh, hey. Graciela, Marianne. Hey, my loves. Oh, my gosh. So, this is probably going to be one of my shortest lives to date. Why? Because I decided to put a mixture of awesome baking soda, bleach cleaner, and Dawn in my tub. And the fumes are getting to me, okay? So keep me in your prayers, Amira and Graciela and Black Livings. Which I think of this episode. It was giving me a little something. Hey, and Dorothy. Yes, you made a live, my love. You made a live. Does anybody know when a new season of 90 Day Fiancé starts? The one with that guy that got the smile like the Joker? The new one. When does that start? Hey, Dream Day. Roya and Jeanette belong on Jerry Springer. That couple is messy. Hey, loving my curls. I love my curves and curl. 38. Oh, December 6th. Thank you. Oh, wow. It's the same day as, oh, gosh. So it's going to be 90 Day Fiancé and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I ain't getting nothing done on Sunday. Hey, Dana. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Laura. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, fam. How are you? How are you? Hope that worked. Okay. Black Lavender, you should have moderator abilities. I don't know if that's a thing, but I was able to do that because I was trying to do it the other way, and I don't know why you're not like lighting up. I think, aren't you supposed to light up if you're a moderator? I don't know, but it's done. It's done. Oh, yeah, Laura, I can't wait. Hey, B. Phillips. Hey, Nikki B. I'm excited, Laura. I really, really am. Hey, Connie. I really, really am excited. It looks good. It looks really good. Hey, Kristen. Yes. Come on, Black Lavender. Finally. Black Lavender said throw and Jeanette and Royal in the dumpster because they've both been lying. They both been lying and causing confusion in this family. Oh, that's what's going on. Is it on? There it is. There's the shine. Oh, let's do a little something. I got Pat McGrath's highlighter, and it's doing what I wanted it to do. Not bad. Very subtle, but it's hitting the spots. Yes, it's not ashy either. I like. Y'all, I've been in here playing the makeup. I've been playing the makeup and all my Pat McGrath stuff, and I finally, because not back in the day, when Pat McGrath opens up her vault, she releases like her kits and her labs and all that stuff. And everybody knows if you've been shopping at Pat McGrath since her store opened online, the labs come with sequins, like her lab kits all come with like sequins in them, and I've been holding on to the sequins. So I was finally like separating and putting the sequins away because I want to use them for other things. I made such a big spill. My mom was like, I thought something was on the floor, that something happened, that something was like broken. And I realized the sequence. I said I had a spill. I'll get it. Thank you. I had a little accident because it's really hard to clean up sequins and glitter. Oh my God. I've been cleaning it up for hours since I got off the line with you guys. Sequins ain't no joke, especially when you have like hard cement floors. Pray for me. You're welcome, Black Lavender, because I have been trying to do it the other way, and I don't know why it wasn't working. So I was like, let me see if I can do it this way, and it worked. So I'm glad. Yes, that's how it works, Tiffany. I just discovered it. I actually discovered that feature when I was trying to block somebody. But Black Lavender, you weren't on that live, so now since I saw you here, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Oh, Pillow Talk. Yes. I recorded this, so I'll watch it after. From what I've seen in the previews, the Pillow Talk people had the same reaction that I did. Yes, let's get them likes up. Yes, Angela, you made it. Hey, Kimberly. I don't think that I don't think that Anjanette is lying. I don't think that Anjanette is telling the full story concerning her behavior. And I think if we really want to talk, she just as messy as Royal. Not as much, but Anjanette seemed real messy. And I thought that since she was in the car with Royal and he picked her up from the bar, because remember, she walked into the bar with the club with Chantel and her friends and everything, and she's just like, no, I don't like the taste of alcohol. It's nasty. The women are trying to get me to drink, and then you cut back to like an hour later, she walking across the club tipping. She tipping across the club. I said, where you learn how to tip across the club? She tipping across the club, tongue out, holding her drink. Her Long Island. Nah, that's not your first time drinking. It's not. Like, and you weren't coerced into drinking. And then when Royal picked her up, the way she cussed that man out, she was like, leave me alone, Royal. Keep driving. I was like, wait a minute, Anjanette. You're not so innocent. But she don't deserve none of what that man gives her. I think she's putting on a front. And I don't think it's like bad, right? I think it's the person that you are in front of your partner's family. You know what I mean? You're not going to be tipping across your mother-in-law's living room with your drink. You know what I mean? You're not going to be cussing her son out in front of your mother-in-law. So I don't think it's a bad thing, but I just don't trust this image that she puts forth on camera. Sober. Don't trust it. Royal creeps like his own mother, okay? It's one half, absolutely black lavender. Oh yeah, and when she threw Chantel under the bus, I was just like, do you know they filmed you at the club with her and Jeanette? I don't think a married woman should be acting that way. Are you talking about Chantel or yourself? Because you both was tipping. Oh, next week is going to be a mess. Next week is going to be a mess. Mags, that trailer, she was just like, oh. And Royal said that Chantel is stupid and that his family is crazy and that he hate all of y'all. I was like, oh, we just gonna spill all the tea. Oh gosh. And Royal and Chantel's the kid's mama, she was like, oh, really? She ain't like that. Marianne said, there's his truth, her truth, and then there's the truth, and then there's what you believe. Absolutely. Yep, Violetta, that's exactly how Anjanette was. Violetta said, you just start tipping. And that's what she was doing her fingers too. She was, what her drink? I thought you don't, I thought you don't like the taste of alcohol. What happened here? Because I know there wasn't no Coke in that cup. Girl, stop. Hey, Billy. Sending love from Palmdale. What's up, Palmdale? Oh, I can't wait for that episode. I was like, y'all could have just gave us both. Like y'all always give us a 2 hours of 90 Day Fiance. We could have got 2 hours of this episode. You can't leave us on a cliffhanger like that. Courtney, I absolutely think the baby was Royals. Absolutely. Oh, see, Cruz, we haven't even started. We're just chit chatting. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do the 10 minutes like I always say. No, Ryan, we haven't started the recap. Oh, thank you. Basically, Brittany took all of those shots like a chance, Mags. That's the thing. Like Royal isn't innocent, but we have yet to meet Anjanette. And honestly, I think we will like her. I think. Oh, y'all know I can't stand this after a while. My seat. Oh no, I just hate it because it just got shorter. It is what it is. Um, I honestly think that we would like this Anjanette. I mean, like, I don't know. I think she has to play this role, like the submissive, quiet wife. I think she has to do that to make Royal feel comfortable. But I would love to meet the Anjanette that was tipping in the club with the drink. I would love to meet her. She seems fun. Courtney Roy was fighting the production because he couldn't fight his wife on camera. Let's just tell it. Let's just tell it. All right, I'm gonna stay true to my word, guys. I'm going to get started. Let me see if Apple ain't play with my notes. I checked before, but I'm gonna check again. Big B in the B stands for basically Brittany. Oh, guys, while I'm doing this, oh yeah, I don't know why they did that. All right, so y'all know what I gotta do because the notes ain't catching up. So we'll talk a bit. Guys, if you hear some screaming, my family is in the living room, which is not close, but also not far. So if you hear some screaming, they're watching Family Feud, and there's probably a black family on there that they're screaming at. Y'all know whenever a black team is on the show, any kind of game show, competition show, all of a sudden, all of Black America is rooting for that person because we see us in this family for some reason. It happens every time they watch. So just to be clear about that, y'all might hear some screaming. Everybody's okay. They're just watching Family Feud. Absolutely, Black Lavender. He absolutely wanted to snatch her up, but he couldn't. So he walked away and took his anger out on the first person that he didn't love or care for, and that was the cameraman. Apple will never let me be great, Micheline. I can't wait to sit down and have a conversation with them. Like, you know what you're doing to me, Karima. Karima, the homewrecker. She just want to be on TV. She'll do just about anything. The fact that she came on TV as her role was as a homewrecker, like that's how we were introduced to you. You were trying to steal somebody's husband. There ain't nothing that girl won't do for a coin of camera time. So Nicole shouldn't be shocked. Yes, she was doing what you wanted her to do when it was for you, and you felt good about her being messy. Now she's being messy concerning your relationship, and now you got a problem. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Oh, Courtney, he was absolutely about to take Winter out. And Winter, no shade, is a big girl, not just in a body mass. She's also mad tall. The fact that he flipped Winter like she was nothing. What you think he doing to Tiny and Jeanette? Oh, Micheline. Oh, that's what they always do it. I'm just like, oh God, is it a black family? They are going to scream for an hour. Roy looks very much like his father and a child, doesn't he? He has a baby face. He has a baby face, but he looks just like a good mixture of his parents. All right, let's check. Let's check the notes. Big B in the B stands for written. Oh, let's see. Let's see. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. Now, my loves, if you were here just for the review, beloveds, the review starts right now. Let's get into it. So this episode opens up with Nicole and this Justice lingerie. I look very childlike, didn't it? Like if a child wore lingerie. No, that's not where I was going. But she just looked very young in this little lingerie set, trying to be sexy. So she is telling us the story that her mom put out her and Alejandro, which we saw. So she decided to call a friend who was out of town and asked if she could stay in their place. That's the proper thing to say because you're on a TV show, instead of saying that the show got you an Airbnb for you and Alejandro to stay, since your mother will not allow you and Alejandro to stay in that place. So that's the story that she's telling us. So they wake up in bed. They're talking about everything that happened with her mom, and Nicole is shocked that her mother would do that to Alejandro. Really? You're shocked that your mom would do it? Like you didn't see her do that to Chantel for what, 5 years? So you're shocked that she would do that? Now, are you shocked and not okay with her behavior because you called her delusional and aggressive and mean? You called her all of those things and you're shocked by her behavior, but you weren't when she was doing that to Chantel. Now, are you only okay with her behavior when she's doing that to somebody you don't like? Because now you feel how your brother feels when you and your mother mistreated Chantel and continues to do that. Now that it's back on you, all of a sudden you don't understand, and all of a sudden your mom is wrong because it's happening to you. But you didn't feel that same way when it was your brother. Child, how we quickly forget our reflection when the mirror is turned on us. Girl, bye. Bye, 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 bye. You tormented Chantel for years, and it was okay. Now when your mother was kicking Chantel out, it was fine. Now that your mother is kicking out Alejandro, oh, I don't understand my mother. Girl, bye. And then she takes Alejandro to meet with her friends. Why did she think there would be a different outcome? You thought the human version would be better than the camera version that you showed them, the picture that you showed them. And the first thing they said was, why is he white? That took me out. I'm like, y'all on camera saying, why are you with a white man? They weren't okay with it. Then in the picture, they dragged him from the picture. You thought if you brought the human version in front of your friends that it would be a different outcome, especially when your man did something to his hair. What was up with Alejandro's hair? It was like all gelled down, but it was going to one side. It was very Ace Ventura. Very Ace Ventura. I was just like, what? Why did you choose this hair? When has this ever looked good? Who told you this was cute? Right, Charles? I'm sorry, Ray, but I just didn't understand. I didn't understand that look. And I'm just like, you want to look your best when you go to meet your partner's friends. What was this? Like this leaning tower of Pisa toupee piece. It was a mess. So anyway, she introduces Alejandro, the life-size version, the real version of Alejandro to her friends. And they're sitting there like, especially the one with the glasses. Oh, she don't hold nothing on her face. Her face tells a whole story. I don't know if this because Alejandro was white or it's because he had this Ace Ventura like bang. I don't know what it was, but that girl did not like him. And then Corona, whatever her name is, then she threw some salt in a wound because if girlfriends didn't like him, wasn't a good reception. Karima notices that this isn't going well, so she jumps in to make it even worse for her friend. And she says, "Hey, did you tell your mom the truth about him?" And she's like, "Wait, girl, I didn't. Let's not talk about that right now." "Oh no, your mom and everybody here needs to know the truth. Alejandro was married." Well, well, well. It was fun when the home wrecker was wrecking your brother's relationship, but now that she's wrecking yours, it's an issue. Before we go on, we got a super chat from Angie Brooks. What's up, Angie? Angie said, Nikki Pooh, I'm late, but I'm in the house. Finally alive. Angie, that is a sneaky girl. Don't let her fool you. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for the super chat. So now Nicole is mad at her. It's guys, isn't it so funny how the tables turn? How the tables turn. Nicole encouraged Corona to entice her brother. Encouraged her brother to leave Chantel and be with Corona. Even brought her to dinner and brought Pedro's wife, Chantel, to tears. Made that woman flip out by just her presence because she knew what you and that woman was trying to do to her marriage. Now, she doing the same thing to you for a little TLC check. And you're hurt. You can't believe it. Child, how you didn't see that coming is beyond me. Anybody who is willing to come on TV and their role is a home wrecker, you don't think there's nothing that she won't do for a check or for camera time? Girl, sit down. You about to really see who she is. As soon as the producers Keep on talking to that girl and getting her to do things for them to take the show up to another level, to get a reaction out of you, or you're going to really see who she is. So anyway, Nicole is upset about that, and I'm done talking about her because that was the only thing that was interesting about her, and that was not a lot. So, oh, but I do want to say this. Although, and this is the first time I've ever, oh yeah, Jenny is the first time I've ever, Jenny from, not the Real Housewives, 90 Day Fiance, 90 Day Fiance the other way. I felt really bad for her last episode because you could tell that she was just heartbroken and just going through it. That was the first time I ever felt bad for a side chick, right? Here on this show tonight, this is the first time I've ever agreed with a homewrecker because Corona was telling Nicole, she told Nicole, and she even said in the confessional, Nicole should not be entertaining a married man because this is what happens. Men will say they're getting out of their relationship, and then you believe them and you enter into a relationship with them, and then you spend the whole relationship waiting for them to get out of it, waiting for them to divorce, waiting for them to finally file the papers, and you realize that you wasted so much time as a girlfriend because he never wanted to leave his wife in the first place. So she was looking out, I was gonna say for her friend, but girl, I don't know. But she was giving some sage advice. Nicole didn't like how she gave it and that she gave it in front of other people. But I thought that was a really smart outlook on a situation like that. And I was surprised that it came from Corona because at the end of the day, how Alejandro was telling us one thing. We don't know what's the truth. We don't know because he keeps on saying, oh, my ex-wife is trying to get back with me. So we don't know if he still is leaving open a door to be with this woman. Because he said, oh, she said she fell out of love with me and then she wanted to get a divorce. Now that she sees me moving on, she's getting jealous and she wants to get back with me. So that means that if you're saying that she fell out of love with you and divorced you, that means that it was a shock to you and you were still in love. And if she would never file the papers, you wouldn't be divorced. So there's still some kind of interaction, some door being left open right there. So we really don't know what's the truth. All we do know is that Alejandro speaks very favorably about his ex. So that I agree with her there, and I can't believe I'm agreeing with the homewrecker. But listen, let's start dating when the ink is dry on your divorce papers, like when you're legally divorced, not mentally or spiritually divorced. When you are legally divorced, let's entertain this relationship. But right now, she done fell into this entire relationship with this dude, and she really don't know him, really don't know his situation. So I thought, Corona was being a good friend at that moment by giving her, that kind of advice. But again, Nicole didn't like her delivery or the location of this kind of information, and I understand. Pedro, let's talk about the family Chantel in the Philippines. I really love how Pedro was so excited and how he felt good about being included in Royal's not bridal party, groomsmen, right? Honestly, I don't think Royal thought it a big deal of it. I just think that he, like a lot of people would have done the same thing, didn't want him to be left out. You know what I mean? Like you came there with the family to witness, this union of Royal and Anjanette. It would kind of be rude if the whole family is in the bridal party but you. You know what I mean? So they just brought a guest, not somebody who would be participating in this, who is also family. It would have looked awkward. It would have felt uncomfortable. I think it was the right thing to do. And even Rory was just like, well, he's around. He's a part of the family. Of course, I would ask him to do this because it would just be odd and it would just be rude. And I feel like it would cause friction because the family would say something. Oh, they had you sitting in the audience. You weren't up there with the family. I thought y'all was family. You know what I mean? So I think it was a smart move. And with that move, it made Pedro feel included in the family. And we know that's what he always wanted because we remember their first season. And I think it helps their relationship grow tighter, because we know that Pedro and Chantel's father is starting to build some kind of relationship. Right now, the jury is out with Pedro and what's his name? Not Royal, not Winter. Fall. Is his name Fall? Fall or summer? What's the other kid's name? Is it Fall or Summer? Fall or Summer, or one of them. We know that he is not cool with Pedro because Pedro assaulted him at that Thanksgiving dinner, and he doesn't really feel like they've moved into a good place. He doesn't feel like he got the proper apology from Pedro, so he's not cool on Pedro. He's cordial, but he ain't cool on him. So when anything pop off concerning Pedro, he's ready to drag him because they didn't really they didn't really leave their issues in a positive note. It was more like, let's let bygones be bygones. But I think with Royal, Pedro has a better Pedro can have a better experience and a better entry into the family because now the dad is chill with him. Now Royal is chill with him. It's just going to be a matter of time before Fall River. We're gonna call him Fall. It's just a matter of time before Fall, lets him in, but it's just gonna take some time. It really, really is. So I felt good for Pedro because it seemed like he really was happy to have that inclusion, to be involved. He was really excited to go look at outfits with the men, and they were at the bar doing that weird man thing. Oh, men are so weird. I can't believe I'm attracted to them. Anyway, I liked the fact that he was just happy about that. You know what I mean? Because he's wanted that for a very long time. The thing that bothered me was that I was just like, if he told his family about this moment and about being included, about having a good time with Chantel's family, his mother and his sister would have destroyed that within minutes. Because remember when he told his mom, he was on FaceTime with his mom and his sister, and he told them that they went to therapy, and that the Chantel's father really opened up to him, and he said that he never had a dad, and he really was hoping that he could be his dad. You saw how mad Nicole and her mama got when he was saying those things, because they felt like they were losing him, and they had this control over him, right? They could manipulate him to send them all of his money so that they can live a lavish life. And I believe that they felt like if he got closer to this family, if he started to feel embraced by this family, if he started to look at Chantel's father as a father figure, they would lose their hold on him. So they started talking nasty about the family. By the time Pedro got off that phone, he was instantly mad at Chantel's family all over again. That family, Pedro's family, has to keep confusion going so that they can continue to have a hold over him. Once they all are at peace, once they all are cordial, once they are all moving together as a family, they will not be able to manipulate him the way that they do. And they know that. So Nicola, her mama, is always going to keep friction between Chantel's family and their family, because you can't control the wallet if his heart is going over to this family. That's what they're doing. And I felt bad just even thinking about that and knowing that. But for this moment, I'm glad that he is happy being included in the family Chantel. Even though he was acting like, oh, I think it's weird. I don't know. Like, why would he ask me? But then as the day went on, he started getting excited. He started really talking about, I'm glad to be included. I listen, I know that that's something that he's wanted for a very long time. If you've watched him on 90 Day Fiance from the beginning, you saw how Pedro really wanted that family to embrace him. And so I'm glad that he's finally getting a want that he has wanted for a very long time, or getting that want fulfilled. So Chantel, she keeps on and even bringing Pedro and her mother into the gossip with Chantel, with about and Jeanette, right? But my thing is, where is the proof? Where is the tea? You keep on coming back saying the same thing. Oh, she was talking, and Jeanette was talking to other men, or she was also talking to my brother. Yes, in America, we call that dating, getting to know somebody. So as soon as she started messaging back and forth with Royal, and Jeanette was supposed to stop talking to the other men that she was talking to, that's not how that works. It don't work like that in America, so why should it work like that in the Philippines? And why should it only work for Anjanette and not your brother? Like, you don't mention that. Anjanette lets us know that he was dipping back and forth with his exes. You don't mention anything about that, but it's, oh, Anjanette is hiding something. Oh, Anjanette was talking to other men while she was talking to Royal. Getting to know, the talking stage, dating, then getting exclusive. Like, there are levels to this. You don't just jump into exclusivity with the person that you're talking to unless you're like, what, a Quaker? Like, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Or is the Quaker Amish? No, the Amish. I think they do that. I don't even think they date. This would be a great situation for Yazan, but this is Royal and Anjanette. Like, she keeps on trying to make this woman a bad person, but she never produces any receipts. We never see anything that makes Anjanette bad. Now, is she not showing who she really is? I believe that, but I don't think that's bad. I think you put on the good front when you're around your partner's family. Everybody does that, especially when the relationship is new. So I'm just not, I can't, nothing has manifested about how terrible this person is, but she keeps on talking about how bad she is, and we haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything. Does she act prim and proper around your family? Yes. Does she back up everything that Royal is saying when they're in public? Absolutely. How does that make her a bad person? I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like she keeps on trying to make Anjanette look a certain way, but she has not produced any receipts. Where, in the words of Whitney Houston, where are the receipts? Where are the receipts, Chantel? Produce them. Let us see, because we haven't seen it yet. Why did this whole family come to the Philippines with no outfits? No wedding attire. Why are y'all spending all y'all time going shopping in the Philippines? And you're just like, oh my goodness, they don't have our sizes. Oh my goodness, everything is too small. Oh my goodness, everything is for short people. Why did you come to the Philippines knowing that you're coming to a wedding ceremony, and you have nothing? You don't have any dresses. If I knew I was coming to a wedding and I had to travel, I would have had several outfits, depending on the weather, depending on what time of day or evening, the reception or the wedding was happening. I would have, I would have also had something for the feel of the event. You know what I mean? I might wear my little satin pink dress if I feel like we're gonna be dipping in and doing it and having a good time. If it's a little bit more conservative, I might wear my little secretary dress and bop with a cocktail, a mocktail, because I don't drink. It's just, but if the music is right, if we blasting Megan Stallion, I'm wearing my little satin number, because that's breathable. I can sweat a little bit and it won't look a mess. If you wear the right satin, with the right liner, it'll work. And I can dip down and it won't be creased. And I can pop back up and I can still look snatched. How do you come over to the Philippines and you don't have no options? You don't have one option for a wedding? It didn't make sense to me. I felt like that was storyline. That these people came all the way here and they didn't have anything to wear. Even if it was for the ceremony, right? For the Filipino ceremony, they wanted to dress in the garments of Anjanette's culture. There ain't no Filipino people where you live. There's not like a Filipino online store where you could order from months in advance because that this wedding is happening. It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense that you guys came here with nothing to wear to a wedding. The whole family. That didn't make sense to me. I felt like they just needed something for them to do so that the women and the men can separate, and so that the men can have this conversation with Royal about Anjanette. That's what I feel like that was. And so Pedro went at the bar with Royal and Winter. No, Royal, you told me that boy's name. River. Royal, River. These names. Royal, River, and Pedro. Wow. Anyway, so they're at the bar doing the, men. Oh, they're so weird. Men are weird. So anyway, they're having this whole conversation, and Pedro, who has been poked and prodded by the producers to get something out of Royal, starts talking about Anjanette. Oh, your wife are talking to the other man. Why would you let your wife? Like, just trying to get something out of him, but they can't, right? I don't know if Royal was a Marine, but whatever he was doing while he was over there serving, he is good. He is good. You can waterboard that boy and he will be fine. He had an answer for everything and never broke a sweat. No, we don't have any issues. We're fine. No, that didn't happen. No, I never said that. No, she wouldn't do that. Oh, I love her. I knew the moment I saw her. We're good. Pedro, you want to keep on poking and prying that dude? I wouldn't have said another thing after that interaction. I would have been like, you know what? I believe you. Let's let's click glasses again. What, like, y'all see that keep on poking a man like this. Where are y'all from? Where were y'all raised? I would never poke and prod a straight one answer guy. Not like straight in sexuality, but like his answers are just straight. They're always prepared. They're just one, line, just one little sentence. That's it. He starts it and he buttons it up in the middle and then he ends it. He's like so precise with how he answers about Anjanette. Little creepy. It's not a little creepy. It's a lot of creepy. A lot of freaking creepy. So then, oh no, I'm not even going to get to the bar when the ladies show up at the bar. Let's talk about how Anjanette was hanging with her girlfriends. And I don't think she was being messy here. I think she felt safe. I think she was holding in a lot. She does not have friends back in America. The only friend that she said that she had was a Royal's sister, not sisters. So I'm thinking that she's talking about Winter. And I think when she got around her friends, she just felt safe. You know what I mean? They were asking her stuff and she was honestly answering. And her friends were like shocked. Because she was like, oh no, he doesn't like me. He didn't believe me. He didn't believe that the baby that I lost was his. She told them everything. And I felt like she stopped short of saying that he hits me. Because remember, when she told her friends, oh, he doesn't, I think she said he's mean to me or he doesn't like me. She said he doesn't like me. What was that word that you were about to say that you stopped at? If you go back and watch it, she had her hands on the hip and she was looking around and she said, yeah, he doesn't like me. I felt like she was going to say he hits me. Because that's when she was talking about his temper and how she doesn't like to be around him because he has a really, really bad temper. And he says that she's cheating on him and doing all this stuff. I felt like she stopped that hit. I felt like she stopped that hit and went to something else. I think she substituted mean for hit. That's what it looked like to me. I went back and watched it, guys, and then I even paused to read the caption, and I was just like, maybe my caption ain't picking up the right thing because I feel like that girl said hit. Child, her friends were like, you know what I mean? Because your girlfriends are just like, oh my goodness, how is it in America? How are you doing? How are you in Royal? They didn't expect all that. I'll be real with you. They didn't expect none of that. Like you're hanging out with your girlfriend who's got married and moved away. Y'all at brunch, you know what I mean, talking over pancakes and waffles, and you're just like, oh my goodness. So what is it like, your new city or where you're living? I don't have any friends. Oh, all right. So what do you do for fun? He doesn't let me go out. Oh, okay. So are you guys, loving married life? Well, I don't trust him because he talks to his ex-girlfriends all the time. I had to put a tracker on his phone. Oh, he's very mean to me. He said that I was cheating on him when I miscarried our child. What? You don't? No girlfriend expects that. You expect her to be like, oh, I love it. I can't wait. Oh, I can't believe that I'm able to come out here and meet with you guys because when we are together, we are like bunny rabbits. I can't let that man go. That's what you're expecting. She but she volunteered all that information to her friends. And they could do nothing but stand in the middle of that Filipino market and just be like, what were they going to say? And can I say this? It's all Angel's friends. This is my channel. Are they all lesbians? I was just like, everybody, her whole girlfriend group, from what I've seen in Philadelphia, I could be wrong. I felt like they were all in lesbian attire. This is very, very butch. Speaking of butch, right? When all the group got together, because the ladies, came to meet the men at the bar where they were at, and this is not funny, but Chantel was being messy. Her and Pedro was stirring the pot. They was saying, oh, you talk to your wife, you let your wife talk to you like that? You let your wife talk to other men? And Chantel, Royal said that you were talking to other guys. So listen, they're reality TV stars. This is what they do. They know how to get a scene going. So they're stirring the pot. Well, baby, they just stirred the pot too damn long and too damn hard. They started scraping the bottom of that pot because they did not expect for Royal and Anjanette to turn up the way they did, especially Anjanette. who started, because again, she felt safe. She felt safe. So she felt safe to be upset with Royal after she heard what Chantel said. So she is over there with her friends. She feels safe and protected. So she starts speaking everything in front of her girlfriends, her masculine presenting girlfriends, and in front of Royal's family, right? So she starts saying everything that and how she was feeling. Then the friends start chiming in. And why did you say that the baby that y'all lost wasn't hers? Winner. What? God, you miscarried? Like the whole family was finding out all this stuff. But the girlfriends were just like, putting a battery in her back, no problem with that, and say, oh no, you forgot to say this. You told us that he said, getting all of that out, exposing it. And again, Anjanette felt safe in this environment. But then her friend said, well, remember when you also told us that you don't feel safe around him, that he has a really bad temper. I lied to you not. I was just like, oh, that's a woman? I thought that Anjanette's little friend with the shortcut, I thought that was a little boy. And I thought her friend, the one who was saying that, the one who told Royal that Anjanette told them about the miscarriage and him thinking that she was cheating on him, I thought that friend was this little boy's mother. Because I said to myself, why? Because I understood, you can't get a babysitter all the time. So I understood, bringing your son to hang out with your girlfriends at the market, y'all sitting having a conversation and be like, oh, go play, go get some oranges or something while we talk. So I understood that at the market, right? But then they're at the bar and I'm like, why does she got to bring her son? Why does she got to bring her son everywhere? Why is he at this bar with his mama? They don't have no babysitter in the Philippines. When that woman started talking, I said, oh my God, that's not a little boy. Guys, I cannot be the only one. Didn't y'all think that was a little boy? I said, why is this little boy at the bar? I mean, you know what I mean? I'm over here thinking like, you know what, Nikki? Everybody does not go by how like America goes. They can have children at the bar in the Philippines. When she started talking, I was like, because we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear her voice. All we heard her say when they were at the market was, oh no. I thought she was a boy. I thought she was a boy. I was so upset. I was like, your son can't go everywhere with you. Because I was also thinking about that girlfriend in the girlfriends group who, after they have a kid, the kid got to come everywhere. And it's just like, oh my goodness, we don't always want to have a daycare available for your baby. This is what I'm thinking. That was a full grown woman. I wish I take my reaction, because I was just like, what? Why are you speaking? Grown people are talking. Why does this child have all this liberty in this? Oh my God, that's a woman. And I think they're partners. I think they're child. Oh Lord, my face when I realized that was not a little boy, not a little teenage boy, not a little freshman. So anyway, Anjanette feels comfortable and she's, saying all this stuff, how she feels to Royal. And I didn't understand Chantel's family. Winter's just like, she's saying all these things and I feel like her and her friends are attacking my brother. Do you not understand that she does not feel safe with your brother? She does not feel safe telling him the truth, because I'm going to give her this. I felt like she was going to say hit. She didn't say it. So I'm going to say this. He's mean to her and he has a bad temper and he keeps on accusing her of cheating on him. So she does not feel safe or comfortable around your brother when nobody is there to protect her. So she probably thought to herself, well, he's not going to choke me out in public and on camera. So let me say all these things that I'm feeling now because I feel safe to speak. You guys should feel some sort of way about that. You guys should be alarmed that she does not feel safe speaking about how she feels in her marriage to her husband. Y'all instantly making this dude the victim. They all coming over, rubbing his back. She's the one who miscarried. Like, what are y'all doing? Listen, I love my family, but not to a fault. I'm not gonna sit there and let you wallow in some mess. I'm not gonna sit there and let you abuse your partner. Like I could not understand that. So as all of this stuff is happening, the family Chantel is, oh, okay, rubbing on Royal. Anjanette is the aggressor. Holding his arm. What do you want to do? Are you okay? Pedro sitting over there with his head down. Because he know he went too far. He know he did a little bit too much stirring, so he's trying to stay out of it, minding his business, because he knows that he was a part of this, and he is the reason why these two are here right now. Not the full reason, but you and Chantel are the reason this conversation is happening right now, because you're stirring the pot for the TV show. You're trying to give the producers content. We get it, but this is your family, and you're playing with your family member's marriage. So Pedro ain't saying nothing. Chantel comforting Royal. Are you okay? Royal answering the questions. That didn't happen. No, I didn't say that. No, she's crazy. I never said that to her. You never said that. No, that never happened. Nope. No. No. And then the dude just get quiet. And he's sitting there, arms crossed, looking at Anjanette. Listen, I gotta be honest here. He gives me mass shooter. He gives me mass shooter. I don't know why nobody picked up on them cues of this man at this bar. I don't know. Maybe y'all do it a little different in the suburbs of Georgia, but baby, where I'm from, when a man start talking like that and then he gets quiet, I'm getting my keys and my purse and I'm getting the hell out of Dodge because he about to start shooting. That's what I was getting from him. No. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you know what? It was good seeing y'all. Um, I'll check the pictures on Facebook. Love y'all. All right, let me get out of here. I couldn't believe they were chill. They were chill with this dude. It was just so weird how everybody was just like, "Oh no, Royal. Oh no, did y'all see his face? Dead. Like everything is gone. He is just sitting there stoic, grilling that girl with his eyes. You think I want him to be alone with her? If this is how he's acting in public, so then he just turns away, hops off the bar stool, and start walking. Everybody starts coming. Royal, no, it's okay. It's okay. A grown man, after all the stuff that you heard that she did, that Angela said that he did to her, you're running out comforting Royal. And Chantel as well. Chantel that said that that Anjanette is this bad person. All of a sudden, when she saw Anjanette crying about having that miscarriage, all of a sudden Chantel, like her husband, realized she stirred a bit too much. And she's like, oh, because you're going to look dumb on camera. You know that we are not going to agree with your behavior. So the siblings run out after Royal, Mr. Mass Shooter. They running out after him, and they're all trying to keep him calm, right? Why are you trying to keep him calm? What is he going to do? Well, baby, we finally see it. All the producer said is, Royal, just stay. Let's talk about it, Royal. Just stay. He couldn't get the last stay out. Royal chucks, oh, I spit all over me, forgive me. Chucks his little sister, bends her back, and like moves her head, moves Winter's head, and with one arm moves Pedro and Chantel and goes after the producer. It took who? River, Pedro, Chantel, Winter, and two cameramen to keep that man off that producer. And y'all still don't believe Anjanette? Y'all still don't believe Anjanette? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And y'all wonder why she's saying this now in front of all of her friends? I would too. Who want to be alone with that man? Especially when he pissed off and he don't like what you said. That was the same man that was berating that woman, telling her while she was mourning the loss of her child that that wasn't his baby. So Chantel, I don't understand what you're trying to make us see. Because so far, what we've seen on this show is that your brother is trash. Anjanette is putting on a proper front. Who blames her? One, everybody does that in front of the in-laws. the future in-laws. You after a couple kids, you get comfortable. You know what I mean? You start rolling your eyes in the eyesight of a sibling. You know what I mean? Because you're a part of the family now, so you feel a little comfortable. When you first meet the family, you were on your P's and Q's. Nothing is wrong with that. And another reason why she acts the way she does is because she's terrified of your brother. And instead of checking him, you chased after him and comforted him like he was the victim. When in every aspect, every way you write it, every way you multiply it and subtract and add, the answer will always be Royal is the abuser and the aggressor. I don't know. And Jeanette ain't say it. And Jeanette ain't said that that man put his hands on her. But she has verbalized that he is mentally and verbally abusive. He's not the victim. He's trash. And honestly, I know y'all needed a second season, but y'all shouldn't have brought this brother on the show. It don't look good for him. It don't look good for him. This was a bad move. This was a bad move for your brother and for this family. Anyway, if you were just here for the review, this is where it ends. At this point, after this, we're going to get into the chit chatter. Let's go. Bye, just reviewers. Let's chit chat. Let's talk about it. Black Lavender said it took fall, spring, Lake Placid, winter, and the water boy to restrain Royal. So can you imagine little Anjanette getting to a little something with him and his reaction? The way he chucked Winter, her body flipped back. I was like, he didn't care. He didn't stop and say, "Oh, Winter, I'm sorry. I was just upset." Like, he just saw red. That is not healthy. That is not healthy. Let him know, Marianne. Yes. Yes, Jen. Jen said the first thing you do when your fiance has a miscarriage is accuse her of cheating. Sir, seek therapy. Ma'am, can I help you? Because it's loud. I can hear Family Feud. Okay. What you want me to do? Okay. I love you more. Okay. Mm-hmm. She just want to come on here so y'all can say something about her. um. So yeah, I done lost my train of thought. Black Lavender said, "I'm just waiting for a police report to eventually come out." Child, I'm waiting for Anjanette to start getting more comfortable and telling all the tea. All the tea. I'm waiting for the court documents. I'm waiting for it. Yep, Marion, I think she meant every word. I don't think it was a threat. She said, maybe I'll just stay in my country. Because she keeps on saying, I can't be with him if he's like this. And it's not, oh, I can't be with him if he doesn't help me with the dishes. It's, I can't be with him if he does not verbally and mentally abuse me. Listen, to be honest with you, she may have better opportunities in America, but at what cost? Her life, her mental health. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that this relationship is worth her staying in America. I feel like, me personally, from what I've seen thus far, that Anjanette will do a lot better staying with her family in the Philippines. I wouldn't want her to go back to that. From what she has described, Royal didn't combat anything. All he said was she was lying and it didn't happen. Told me everything I needed to know. Sup, people is here. His little sister. He body checked his little sister and didn't even look to see if she was okay. The way Winter screamed, and he still has yet to check on Winter. Insane. Yeah, I want him going home with her. Yeah, so could you imagine Thasanodo, Anjanette in the home, nobody else there, no cameras, nobody there to protect her, and she's getting into it with him? Ciao. Oh, Graciela, I'm so sorry. And I think it's so worse for Chantel because she keeps on trying to make Anjanette this bad person. But then we're hearing and seeing how Royal treats her. And I'm like, it doesn't look good for you because it's looking like you're becoming an abuser sympathizer. It's looking like you're blaming the victim, which is Anjanette. It's not looking good for you. It's not going over well. I hope you change. I hope that you check your brother, not because he's going to be exposed next week for talking trash about you. I hope you check him because what he did was wrong. I just don't understand that. My little brother could never. Not in front of me. Not in front of me. Like, wait a minute. You did what to her? Oh no, 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 no. You're safe. So you did what? Oh, really? So that's how we treat women in this family since what? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh. When she was crying over the miscarriage, you accused her of cheating with other men. It's okay, baby brother. I get it. I understand. You're an enabler. An enabler. Oh, hold on. The comments are jumping, guys. Oh, Marianne, thank you for mentioning that. Marianne said Anjanette needs to get lessons from Rose. She needs to secure her own bag without Royal. Absolutely agree. When I was watching this, and I was watching that frail woman in body type, not in spirit. I was just watching her just cry and just be so heartbroken. Guys, that her miscarriage is still so raw that even the mention of it, because she was not crying until her friend said that, and she just started like breaking down. I want her to get what she can out of this TV show. If I was her, I would play it like this. I would stay on the show for as long as I can and not be with him. I will only film with him on camera. I will let him know that the only way that we can work out is if you do this. If we have like these therapy sessions or meetings, the whole time building my bag, going on YouTube like Queen Rose, doing collabs with Rose, and just building my money, building my presence, building my coin. And then when I get to a point where I am safe financially, and not only am I safe financially, I don't need his citizenship because I can get it through the show as on a work visa. You know what I mean? I would do all of that. And then when it was time, I would be like, you know what? We're not going to work. We're not going to work. Let's go our separate ways. I want her to get what she can out of this situation because she deserves. She deserves. I want her happy and I want her to win. I would love for her to get a Queen Rose glow up because she deserves. Yeah, I'm disappointed that Chantel is like acting like her brother is the victim. After she saw all of that, you still comforting him like he was harmed. Absolutely, Angie. Angie said these men look for young women that they can control and they can hold things over them, like the green card. Absolutely. Absolutely. He thought he got somebody like that. He thought that he could threaten her with, not being an American citizen and keep all these, you know, keep her chained up in this relationship. And then she got around her family and friends and she got her voice. She got her voice, and he don't like that. I hope that she is never alone with him. Unfortunately, it seems like they have worked things out because when she is talking to Royal's, the family Chantel, about what Royal has said, he's rubbing her leg. It seems like they came there together. So listen, I want more for her. We all want more for her. But until she wants that for herself, what are we going to do besides watch the show and comment? Yes, guys. Thank you, Shonda. What Marianne said? Marianne said that's why Royal can't be with an American woman because she would just put him in his place and wouldn't deal with that abusive mess. Absolutely. That's why. That's why I've been like Royal and Big Ed go after women who they think are in destitute situations so that they can hold America, citizenship and finances over them. Misty Winters. Chantel been doing that for her brothers their whole life. Absolutely. A lot of sisters hold their brother up on a pedestal. No one's good enough for their trifling brother. Girl, bye. Tell him, Misty. Let him know. Some people said, why do you think that men go to the Philippines, in particular for women? Men like this seem to love going there because it is a stereotype in the male community. Because like I got all the tea, but I do know this, that it is a stereotype that Asian women are submissive. So they feel as if they can get an Asian woman who was raised to be submissive to men and also get an Asian woman from a destitute situation, they feel like it's a win-win. They feel like they won't have anybody who'll talk back to them or challenge them or demand to be treated right because it's in their culture to serve the man no matter what he does. So he can lord over this woman, mistreat her, but she'll be loyal. She'll be loyal to him. She won't cheat on him. She won't talk back to him. She will allow him to abuse her, and he will have, these Asian children with her who they think are just born smart, right? Like it's an American stereotype that is put on Asians in America, that they're just born smart people, like they're smart machines. That's the thing. It's just like they are born smart and they are hard workers. They can they can get things done in a quick and timely manner, and they will also be submissive. So you won't have an issue with them, and that comes from Asian Americans being brought into America to build the trains. That's an old stereotype that is still very much going on today. So that is why they pick those kind of women, because they feel like, she'll be submissive to me. I can do whatever. She'll also birth me smart children who will also be submissive to me because I'm the king in this home. So I'll get a submissive wife. I'll get smart kids that will make me proud, and I can be the king over that entire home and not have any issues because my kids and my wife will fall in line. So that's why they do that, and they get them from that kind of destitute area because they can hold citizenship and they can hold prosperity over their heads. Before I go on, Marianne, thank you for the super chat. Marianne said, I love you, Nikki. You're my fave on YouTube. Thank you, my love. Thank you for always supporting me, Marianne. I totally appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Jai, if you're here, I feel like I got off the live and did not acknowledge your super chat. If you're here, baby, this is for you. Let me know in the comment section. F. Usher said, my son asked if you were okay. I had one of your lives playing and he saw the one where a spider was in your room. Yes, tell my nephew I'm good. I'm good. Let him know I'm good. Oh, some people's all Asian countries, except for South Asian. It's all fair skinned Asian countries. And again, that just comes from Chinese immigrants building the trains here, coming to America and building the trains. That's just a stereotype. It's a very ignorant stereotype that's very dangerous to that community. It's very dangerous to the women. A lot of the women end up in abusive relationships because these sick men have an idea of what they're supposed to be, and when they don't live up to that, they harm them. Oh, Rachel, that's so cool. Tell the fiance I said, what's up? What's up, fam? Oh, yeah, Thailand is another hotspot because of some of the poverty there. That's where they go. That's where those weirdo dudes go. That's exactly where they go. They just go to the poorest parts of, not just Asian countries, right? It's just any, poor country outside of the US. Because, like I said, they can hold finances, the American dream, citizenship, all that stuff over them. So they think that it can mistreat them in any kind of way, and they won't go anywhere because, if you leave, I'll get you deported. You know what I mean? If you leave, how are you going to make money? Because you're not a citizen. So it's this show can go, this kind of relationship could go really good or really, really bad. They're doing it in Africa. Debbie, it's not just you. Debbie said, is it me or does Royal not really like any of the women in his life? It's not just you. He got a problem with the women. And I don't know if it's because he got issues with his mama. I don't know what it is, but he mistreats women and talks very poorly about them. I saw the way he talked about his sister on camera. I saw it. She's like, why would you talk about your sister like that? Who has only, said great things about you and does not like Aunt Jeanette because of you. No, Misty, she's not. Oh, is she? Do you know that currently? Or are you going off the show? Because I thought that she said on the show is that she was staying at a friend's house. But is she currently still in the DR with Alejandra? Oh, absolutely, Ryan. Ryan said, I think it has to do with the social economic conditions of the country. If the girls were Korean or Japanese, these guys would need to be better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hold on, hold on. Tiffany Sparks said, Nikki, which one of the parents do you think is the cause of these grown children having so many issues? Something isn't right with Chantel, Winter, and Royal. I think it's the mom. I really, really do. I think she's a good mom. I think she's a nice person, but I think she is the head of that household. And I think she has crafted an image of her family that is not the truth. And because of that, the kids are cracking as adults because they had to keep up a certain image. I really feel like this family was raised in church. I really get like a church family, and maybe at some point the parents were church leaders. They give me PK, which is pastor's kids. I don't think that the dad is a pastor, but I think that they had some kind of leadership role in the church. And I could be wrong, but that's what they give me. Like they had to act perfect, and now that they're adults, they're cracking because they don't know how to handle difficult situations because it was always a front that they put on. If you see the dad is always trying to make everything right. No, it's okay. No, we don't have an issue. No, it's fine. No, you do have an issue. Let's talk about it. Let's work it out. Let's fix it. They don't like to have those kind of things. So I feel like a lot of Black families, Black American families, I feel like they like to brush things over under the rug and make it seem like everything's cool. We're a family. We're fine. We're good. You're a family. You love each other, but you got some issues. Let's deal with it. Let's work it out. No, y'all don't deal with the issues. So one of your kids run off and joins the army, or I think he's a Marine or whatever, as a kid. So now this system of war and violence and murder and detaching from emotions and sympathy and empathy, all of that, that is who this man is now. Because he probably went as a kid and came back as this emotionless man. You know what I mean? And he was already probably dealing with a little something before he left. So he done ran off and joined the army. And now it's just like he is just a doll with a temper. You know what I mean? So, and then you have your other child, who the first man to show some interest in her, she marries. Then you have your other child who is in a relationship with a man who she is in love with, but he's not perfect. And she knows that you guys will not be okay with her still being with him, knowing that he has lied to her for so long. But for her, that's love. That's what she wants. But the family's not going to be accepting of it. So she's in this place where she's just angry. because who she wants doesn't treat her right and harms her, but she's still going to accept it. So she's mad at herself for accepting less than what she deserves. And if she tells that to the family, they're going to judge her. Tell her that she can do better. Tell, especially the mama, that we don't want that for you. You could do better. And then the family gets involved and ruins it. So the little bit of love that she had is now gone. And she can't even receive what's left of it because the family will tear it down. They got a lot of problems. And River, who knows what's going on with River? And that's probably what it is. The baby is probably lost in the sauce because the older siblings has so much going on. The mother don't have time. She's dealing with the daughter who's dealing with body issues. She's dealing with another daughter who then ran off and married somebody from a foreign country and she don't know nothing about the dude. She went there. You think she's going on vacation. She comes back and she's married. Then your son runs off to the army. He comes back. He's a totally different person with a wife. Who got time to check on River? All the big kids are losing their damn mind. That's what I think. I think that there was some kind of, not prominent, but I think they had to keep this image up. And because of that, all the issues that they had were never really addressed. And now it's coming out on this show. Oh yeah, it's absolutely a fetish, Jen. Absolutely a fetish. And even in saying that, doesn't mean that the mom or the dad or the parents are bad people. Sometimes you learn what you learn from your parents and you do that here, with the family that you have, because that's what happens in a lot of Black homes, and I'm just speaking of Black homes. I know this happens in other homes, but because I know this is my people, I'm feel confident in speaking on this. A lot of Black families, especially my parents' generation and older, a lot of them swept a lot of things under the rug. That's why everybody's just like, oh my goodness, I would love to have a relationship like my grandparents. They've been married for 60 years. Your grandmother been wanted to divorce that dude. But women couldn't make money the way women can make money today. So she stayed with your trifling granddaddy. And now all they do is fight and cuss each other out. And you're just like, oh my goodness, they're just old and grumpy. I want to love like that. The kids on Twitter fetish that kind of love. If you can't give me this kind of love, I don't want it. I want to have the kind of love when we're old and we're fighting and cussing each other out because we love each other so much. No, they don't. They don't like each other. But back then you couldn't get divorced. Back then, who was going to support you as a woman if you were a divorcee? It didn't look good. You were shunned in a community. So they stayed in relationships that they should not have stayed in. And so then that produces, broken, bitter kids who then they have kids and they don't talk about the issues that they're having. So they just sweep everything under the rug. And then all of that is poured onto the kids. Because even if you're sweeping it under the rug, you can still, see the dirt and debris under it. The rug is not going to lay flat. There's still a lot of mess that needs to be done. But you won't do that because we have to look perfect. Black people can't look like we're going through anything. We have to look like we are stronger than what we've been through. We got to be perfect. We don't have mental illness. We'll just pray that away. Oh no, we don't have any issues here. We're good. We're good because we don't want to look broken or weak or because of everything that we have gone through because of how we came to the United States. Let that go and get some therapy. Let it go. So that's why my generation and younger, and probably Gen X as well, right? Is that the like Y2, not Y2K? The first real world, that generation, making strides to do better. Talking about getting therapy mad young. Just like this, what we're in right now is not okay. We have to change that. Talking about things like me and my sisters, we implemented something with our mom because we just like, Mom, we love you, but the family, the way y'all grew up and the stories that you tell, you're telling it like it's fun. Like, oh, and then this happened. And we couldn't go over there. We couldn't sit on his lap because everybody knew, that wasn't they think that that's okay because that was okay when they were growing up. So it's just like, don't, you can't stay with him too long because something happened. You can't leave your purse around Sheila because she got a little addiction and just joke about it because that's how they got through it, right? We're just like, no, we're going to talk about some things. We're going to implement some changes because we don't want to take these generational curses into our families and then have them do the same thing. And it's okay. Ain't nothing wrong. But when you know better, you do better. So that's what I want to say about the family, Chantel. I don't think they're bad people. I don't think the parents are bad people, but I think that generation of parents learned from sick parents themselves because of how they were raised. It was, oh, you don't leave him. You don't leave your man. You let him do even if he's beating you. You know what I mean? There was a story being told about one of my aunts. You know what? I don't know who on here. Somebody that I know was telling a story about somebody else that they know who's related to Harriet Tubman, and then she came back and told me that one of her friends was beat up by her husband, and the friend came to the family and asked for protection. And the older men in the family got her together after the older women in the family got her together, and everybody had a conversation with her, and they let her know that this man got a lot of money and he's taking care of a lot of people. Go back there and make that work. That was that generation. And they sitting there telling it to a younger generation of kids, and they're just like, what? Hell no. That's a generational curse because in that time, women couldn't make money. You know what I mean? My mother struggled as a single parent because she couldn't get certain things. There were times when my mother wanted to get an apartment for us, and her and my dad weren't together. She had to go get my dad so that the landlord could talk to the man and make sure that he was going to be there as well, because he would not rent to a woman. Guys, that wasn't that long ago. So, listen, our parents' generation is, it's a little sick, but they're going to get free and they're going to get healed. And we're going to change those things and not let that happen for the next generation. They're not bad people. They just got some issues. And I think because they don't deal with the issues, they just blow up and stuff happens on the TV show. And it's like, oh my goodness, look at them. But look at your own family. You got some stuff in here too. We just got to, break those generational curses. And if these kids can do that, they'll be fine. Yes, Rachel, we are going to therapy. We are pursuing healthy relationships, supporting each other in mental health. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Courtney, and you don't know about them, and you don't know that your family has that many issues until you're at a family reunion or a family gathering, and it's that one out that get too drunk, and she start talking about like half the aunties aren't your real blood aunties because grandmama was cheating with this one. You know what I mean? And start telling the stories about how they couldn't go around this one uncle. You be sitting there like, what? What? And y'all in family pictures like everything is cool? Okay. Because they want to keep up the image that we're okay. Because one thing about my people, we don't like looking weak. And baby, that's a dangerous road to go down. Marianne said, yeah, when you talk about the abuse you've been through, it's like you're talking about somebody else. You never really acknowledge your feelings. Absolutely. Yep. And Rachel said, and cutting out the toxicity, even if it's family. That's what you got to do. Some people say Haitian families talk about everything constantly, but we never get over it or fix anything. I'm telling you guys, it's generational. It is generational. Remember, we all used to think that our bickering grandparents, and that was goals. Didn't know that they hated each other for real because they did not want to be together. But they were all getting married because all the men were getting drafted. So all of our granddaddies were getting married real young, having all these kids because they didn't think that they were coming back. And a lot of them didn't. But then a lot of them who did come back stayed together because divorce was like shunned upon back then. And they knew the woman wasn't going to go nowhere because where was she going to work? Who was going to hire her? My mom in the freaking 80s couldn't get an apartment unless she brought a man for the apartment manager to talk to. And that was okay. That was okay because that was the time. Ciao. Yes, as told by Nicole, me too. As told by Nicole said, man, I'm so glad I wasn't born in that era because I'm literally not able. Girl, I had to do a project for school, and I had to like do some research about the time that I was performing this old school character. You know, I went to school for acting, and we had to like research the era so that we can get in to character. I think I was playing the wife in Fences. I think that's who I was. Not sure. But we had to like research that time. And while I was researching, I saw an ad. It's from the 1950s. And this ad was advertising belts. And the advertisement had a man with his hand up and a woman laying over his lap. And the ad was saying basically like sometime the hand isn't hard enough. Use the belt instead to chastise your wife. And I thought it was a joke, but when I started doing more research, it was law back in the 1950s that men were allowed to beat their wives into submission. The 1950s. We have family members who lived through that. The 1950s. I was like, what? What? Baby, we dodged a bullet. Graciela said, yes, some people, my cousin had a certain terminal illness. Nobody checked. Nobody helped her. It was like an elephant in the closet, suicides in the family, but no one could actually deal with it like it was a plague. I'm like, damn, what the hell? Absolutely. Finding out later that, you know, somebody in your family took their life and they didn't die of natural causes. Especially when you was asking questions as a kid, like, they're really young to die of natural cause. So many secrets the older generation just keeps from us. It's like, y'all need to let us know these things so that we don't let those things rest in us and go unchecked. And we end up sick and old like you. You think a lot of y'all dying because of your diet. No, you're holding in all this sick and dark stuff that your body can't handle. Those lies and secrets and all that mess, that's what's killing you. Oh, I'm stressed out. No, you're holding family secrets. You don't got bad nerves. You got to stop holding family secrets. Oh, great, Nicole. Same with my mom. She had no direction. I love my grandma, but she was from a different generation. You know what I mean? When my mom left my dad when he got hooked on drugs, oh my gosh, nobody supported her in that decision. Nobody helped her. Everybody was mad at her. My dad's family to this day is just like, why did you leave him? Like, why did you? That was your husband. You're not supposed to divorce your husband. My mom was like, he was cracked out of his mind. I could not help him and still raise these small children. Nobody looked out for her. They were just angry at her for divorcing him. Both sides of my family. Child, to this day, they still hold the grudges from that woman over there towards my mom. Yeah. Shout out to our parents who get it and was like, not my children, not this generation. Oh yeah, Marianne. Women have gone and still go through it. Still by Nicole said I would have killed my husband expeditiously. Yup. Y'all, Graciela said, yes, Francis Taylor. My neighbor's husband had a whole hidden family. It's in the know now. So, oh, my uncle passed away. His whole family came to the funeral. Nobody knew them people. We just, oh, that's his sons. Who? Papa was a rolling stone. That's what that song is about. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Because that was just what they did back in the day. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. Men back in the day would have two families on the same block. Go handle this family and spend 3 or 4 days with them. Then spend 3 or 4 days right down the street with the same family, and nobody said anything. The women just took it. Because how could they take care of themselves? Oh, you saw that too? Yup. Desiree Garcia said, yes, girl, I saw that too. My art teacher showed us that ad. Yep, when your hand isn't strong enough. Listen, ladies, we got to do some research just to make sure we don't ever go back to that. Yeah, some people, come on. Some people said, I Love Lucy looks different when you remember Ricky beat Lucy all the time. Not All in the Family, The Honeymooners. I watched a lot of these old shows because I was obsessed with Nickelodeon and Nick at Night. Whenever he was always raising his fist to his wife and the audience is in there laughing, that couldn't fly today. That couldn't fly today. Lord order. Everybody thought that was funny. Oh my God, he's about to beat her up. Whew. Yep. Tell him Chris S. Chris S said women couldn't get credit cards until like the 80s. You could apply, but without a husband, good luck getting approved. Ooh. Kiwi Fruit say yes. Back in the day, men used to be allowed to put muzzles on their wives in public to chastise them. Let a man try to put a muzzle on a woman today. Child, she'll be on Snap. The next episode of Snap. Whew, Lord. Oh, hold on. So long, farewell. Come on. I miss having carpet on because I live on the first floor. I don't have carpet. I miss it. Child, if something falls on my floor and it breaks, it shatters because this floor is so hard. I live like in this new apartment complex and they have like they're trying to be like hip European, city kind of like Paris, very Parisian. Got these prison floors. I hate it. Hold on, Angie. Hold on, Angie. Angie Brooks gave you girl a super chat. She said, hey, Nikki Pooh, shout out for my daughter, Giselle, who just graduated from UCF yesterday with her 3rd degree. She is in, child, I could never get this word right. Epidemiologist. So proud, and we're proud of her. You go, Giselle. We love you. Congrats, Queen. Thank you, Angie. Yep. Say it, Marianne. Marianne said, like the honeymooners. When Ralph said Alice is going to go to the moon, he's talking about beating her. Child. Oh, yes, Serenity. She talked about it. And her daughter talked about it in her book about how her father beat her mother consistently. And she used to, oh, did y'all see the movie? Did y'all see the movie? Like, I think it was either a Lifetime or it was a TV movie of the week. Remember those? Remember TV movies of the week? Remember how he used to beat her so bad that she would go to work and they would have to like put makeup over her bruises. I will never forget this scene where she's in a makeup chair and and Lucy is just so bruised. She gets in the chair and she's just like, ugh. She sits down because she's so bruised from being beat up, and the makeup artist is putting makeup on her bruises. And and right after that, she got to film that freaking bonbon scene. Ciao. Thank you, Desiree. It took her a long time, but she finally stopped blaming herself. Ciao. My poor mama. But look at her now. Love you, mommy. Yeah, that's very common, especially in the church up people. Summer said, I got a lot of cousins who don't know who their real parents are. Like in the age of DNA testing, we lie into these kids and grown people. Ridiculous. It's so sad how this is like so many people's lives. It's so sad because we just don't have conversations. We don't talk about healing. The world would be so much better if we talked about our issues, dealt with them in a healthy way, and move forward and move forward. Everybody's talking about their granddaddies. We all have Rolling Stone granddaddies. My family, I don't care, I can talk about this. My family, literally, we have two sides. And this is just on my mama's side. Because Papa was a Rolling Stone. And it's just like all the families all the kids just came together and we're just like, listen, we're family. You know what I mean? We know that our dad is hopping from house to house. We're just gonna make it work. We're just gonna make it work. Like every couple years, another sibling will pop up. Okay. Okay, he looks just like us. Are we just gonna say he's the neighbor? He's the neighbor's kid. Okay, he's the neighbor's kid, and he's our freaking family member. Got the same jawline, same eyebrows. Okay. Oh my God, 57 when he found out his brother was down the street. Woo! Oh, Marion, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Marion. See, so many stories about that, about how women were being abused, and it was just okay. It was, oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry for anybody who has gone through that or experienced it concerning someone they love. Yep. Talk that talk, Serenity. Child, these chats, we have gone, I'm telling you, we just be going all over. You never know where we're going to end up. You never know when we're going to end up. But I'm glad. Listen, let's get some healing. Let's get some healing in the comment section. Yep. That's what they did back in the day because it's just like there are no options for you as women. The only way women were able to get work was because all of the freaking men in America were being drafted to the war. So there's nobody to do them jobs. That's when all this stuff started. We can do it because there was nobody to do them freaking jobs. So just like, okay, let's see if this woman can do this. Let's see if she can fix this. Woman over there fixing fighter jets. Because there's no men. There's no men left in America besides, boys under the age of 17. Because everybody's being drafted. Can you imagine if there was no war, where we would be? Women? I still don't support war. Still don't support war. Oh God, hell no. My computer is trying to update. No, it's not happening, Apple. Yeah, it's really sad. Because women back at that time don't have a lot of options, and still a lot of them feel that way today, especially a lot of older women. Some people say Haitian women always work through my grandmother. My grandmother worked 3 jobs since she was 9, putting her 6-year-old sister through school. Wow. As told by Nicole. Hold on, hold on. Let me show. I don't know why they hid your comment. As told by Nicole said, the history of the mistreatment of women is trash when men have done nothing but destroy everything and cause these wars. And they call us emotional. Emotions are based off of testosterone. Tell it. Tell it. Yep. Tell it, Ryan Rounds. Ryan Rounds said, but after World War II, they tried to put the women back into the household in the 1950s. And because there was a lot of women who were just like, no, I like freaking working. All of a sudden, women went from fixing fighter jets to all of a sudden this image of an assistant and the secretary popped up. Because the women had now been working and feeling independent and getting money and living on their own. It's just like, no, now that we're back, we need to put these women in a subservient position because they're not going to back down from wanting to work. We are constantly oppressed and told we are less than when we are more than capable. That's why as a woman, you just got to keep on reminding yourself. Keep on reminding yourself who you are, who you are. Yep, Monica. Monica Warner said healing, cleaning up the healing, cleaning up the blood as a kid taught me to take care of people under pressure. Wow. So I became a doctor. Finding meaning in suffering can be healing. Wow. Thank you for sharing, Monica. Kiwi Fruit said, yes, you still see so much of these abusive relationships and submissive women ideas continue to be seen as ideal in much of the young adult literature. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because even though the generation has changed, the people put in positions to craft these stories, to distribute these stories, are pretty much the same men back in the day. They just haven't died yet. Like a lot of these publishing companies, a lot of these production companies, a lot of these studios are run by old white men who grew up in that time where stuff like that was okay. So a lot of their knowledge and a lot of their life has is from an oppressive time where you could do certain things today that will look that people would be horrified by. It was okay to do that, so they'll greenlight that script that has, a young teenage girl fawning over this boy who mistreats her, and we'll put out the image to this young girl that, oh, he's being mean to you, so that means that he likes you. And young girls grow up with this idea like, oh, if he mistreats me, that means that he's really, really into me, and I just have to work harder and harder. Like, you see them teen movies where the girl is changing herself. Remember My Generation? Not another teen movie. What is it? Used to be hot chick. No, not in the teen movie. 10 Things I Hate About You. And then it was that one where the girl who all of a sudden she was nerdy. She took off her glasses and she started dressing sexy. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden the boy who wasn't quite nice to her started to like her. What the hell is that we're giving to our daughters? And then you watch these Netflix shows and it's the same thing. Same girl. Oh my goodness, I want Todd to like me. I was watching this movie and it was about because Netflix recommended it to me, and it was like a young lead, a young black lead, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? You know what I mean? And I checked it out, and it was about this girl being a babysitter or something. But the whole movie, this little girl is like fighting, monsters, taking everything on, but she's fawning over this boy who doesn't pay her any attention. Like, that's still constantly coming up. She's still, she's fighting monsters, but she's still obsessed about this guy and she wants him to like her. It ain't realistic. But that's the image because what we do is we start our girls off really young, already being submissive and yearning after a man. So by the time you get older, you think this stuff is normal because this is what you're seeing, not knowing that you are getting a script from some, 60-year-old dude who that was what he grew up with and he thought that was cool. Like, that was the thing to do. And you'll think this is new and it's current and it's fresh. No, it's the same story. It's the same. Even when they try to make girls the lead, it's just like, oh my goodness, look, the lead is a girl. Oh my goodness, look, the lead is diverse. The same trope, though. So of course, oh great, it's a girl. Great, that the lead is not a boy. Oh great, the person is a person of color. Awesome. Oh great, the person is of the LGBTQ community. The same freaking trope. Any movie that the woman is a lead and she's a part of the LGBTQ community, she's either lesbian or queer or whatever, at some point she falls in love with a guy or has sex with a man because she just can't control her urges of wanting to be with a man. It's not true. It's not true, but we're not writing these scripts. We're not greenlighting these scripts. Our books aren't getting published because it's constantly being shot down by people who are from a generation where their moms got beat and it was law. That's what we're dealing with. Yes, let's get the video to 100 likes. Can't hardly wait. Yes, she's all that is what I was talking about. You watch it now today, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Remember, all we had to do was wear a push-up bra and take our glasses off. Can't wait to get my braces removed so that I could finally be attractive to boys. I remember girls were in school like trying to rip off their braces because they hated the way they looked, because they wanted to get attention from guys. You're literally jacking up the construction of your mouth to get to the attention of this boy who don't even bathe every day. We gotta teach our daughters better. We have to teach our daughters better. Yep, same thing. Angie said, my three daughters are far from submissive. Ask their husbands. That's right. I can't, Serenity, I can't find it, but I know it's something. It's either like Monster Hunter or it's something versus monsters. Babysitter is like, just type in babysitter and monsters. It should come up on Netflix. Even after this little girl fights all these monsters, at the end of the movie, she's still like yearning for this boy's affection. Really? The little girl just saved the world, and she's still, even after all of that, she still got her mind on this boy. Ciao. Yep. I mean, listen, I am nowhere near somebody who was born around the civil rights movement, but I was raised with that idea. It might not have come from my mother, but it came from church, where you're raised to be like literally raised to be a wife. I've been had all these career aspirations and travel aspirations. The older I got, I let that die out because I didn't think I would be anything more than a wife. Like that's how the women were trained. That's how we were raised. That's what we're being told over the pulpit. And then one day I just woke up and I never went to sleep. I never went to sleep. And the thing about it is, my girlfriends who made that decision in church, staying in marriages for the kids, hella miserable. And I'm even when I'm trying to complain, I'm just like, you know what? I think I need to get married now and have kids. All my girlfriends are just like, girl, wait, you're fine. Chill. And I'm like, I want a family too. I mean, when I'm crying and trying to feel down on myself and being like, oh, I should have did what you guys did. I should have got married at 23. I should have, just become a pastor's wife. And they're all like, girl, if you don't live your best life, I'm living through you. Go after your dreams. Do all that stuff. I wish I could do it. As told by Nicole, I always say, rob these men for everything they're worth. My grandmother, who did none of what she told me to do, I didn't know that the advice she was giving me as a kid, and as I got older, was because she made those mistakes and she didn't want those things for my sisters and I. Like all of like my other cousins or whatever would get like a different kind of training about being a wife and being a mom, and she was always saying, go to school, get your career. If you happen to fall in love, good, but make sure it's something that you want to do, and make sure he love you more than you love him. And it wasn't, and she wasn't saying it like, make sure like the love isn't equal. She was basically saying, make sure you get a man who will basically protect, love you like Christ loved the church, right? And that's a saying in church as well from older women. And what it means is, get a man that will fight for you to the bitter end. Get a man who loves you so much he will die for you, like just in undeniable, passionate love, not that little mediocre, love and affection that they was having back in the day. We was just like, yeah, I care for you. I love you enough to marry you and have a kid with you, but I don't love you enough to be faithful. I don't love you enough to not harm you. I don't love you enough to make sure that you're taken care of first before me. So that's what she was, basically saying to me as I was growing up. And I didn't understand it. I was just like, what? And the older I got, I was like, oh, okay. Because, you're on dates, you're in relationships, and you're starting to see things and you're starting to hear her voice. And you're just like, okay, this is what you told me to walk away from. I got you. I got you. Well, I'm good on this relationship. You know what I mean? And you don't realize that. Your grandmother's instilling stuff. Just don't do this. Don't do that. Go to school. Don't quit. It's going to be hard. Stay. Stay. Me too, Serenity. I wanted braces. And my sister had a retainer. I wanted a retainer. I would go to the dentist with her and ask if I could get one, and they were like, "No, honey, you can't." Desiree Garcia said, "I once had a neighbor that told me the reason her son hit me was because see was because he liked me, and my mom told her, 'Keep your son away from my daughter because you're raising a woman beater.'" And that happens so much. It's just like, oh, he was mean to you. Oh, he spit in your hair. Oh, he knocked you down. He probably likes you. Remember I told you about that boy that robbed me when I was a kid? Like I was buying my little after school snacks, and he just snatched my bag. And I asked for the bag back. He said, "No, you're not getting it. Come say please, and I'll give it to you." And I just bust out crying and ran home. And I told my parents I was robbed. And so my stepdad is like, trying to get people together, trying to get his boys together to go find the person that robbed me. And then when he heard the whole story, he was just like, "Wait, this was a kid? And he stole a pickle from you, Nikki?" Like, he was so upset. He's like, "I'm about to go out there and harm somebody." And so I told my mom I wasn't going back to school because I went to school with a thief who harmed me, and I wasn't going back there. So my mom had to set up a meeting with the principal, and the principal called his mom, and the mom came to the school, and she felt really bad, and she was saying her son felt really bad. And in the meeting, she said to my mom, "Well, he only did that because he likes your daughter." And my mom was like, "Well, your son has a really horrible way of showing interest." And the lady was like, "Because what do you say after that? What do you say after that?" So, but the whole time she was saying, and she was saying it like it was cute. He just did that because she likes her. And because of my mom's reaction and comment to that, I knew that that wasn't okay. But if my mom had a different reaction, if the conversation went differently, I would have thought as a child that boys and men being mean to me meant that they really cared for me. See how my mom didn't even know in that moment that she was deading that she was deading that idea that in order for a man to really want to be with me, he has to be mean to me, he has to harm me, and I have to accept it. Child, my mom was like, "No." And she's like, "Stay away from that boy and make sure that boy stay away from my daughter because I'll be here every day. I'll be in the principal's office every day making sure he's handled." Yeah, that's what that. But that's how we raise. That's how young women are raised. I was told by Nicole said I was told I was told by Nicole said I was told the same thing as a kid. If a boy is mean to you, he likes you. Realizing it as an adult that is not okay. Tell it. Oh, Felicia, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you're right, Serenity. Serenity, I have to read this. Serenity said, "Yeah, wives tell as old as time if a boy or girl teases you or picks on you, that means they like you." And I always ask in my super smart kid mind, "Well, what do they do if they hate you?" Very smart, because so if they tease me and they bully me because they like me, if they hate me, do they stab me? Like what happens here? Yes, Summer, you're a great mom. And you should walk away from this knowing that, Summer. Oh yeah, my mom was the same way. Sleepover who house? I went to one sleepover in my entire life with a person that wasn't family. My mom, I love her, right? Because I when I think about the things that she did as I was a kid that I didn't understand that bothered me, um, I didn't realize how much this parent, this one parent, how hard she was working during doing the job of two people, right? Like my dad was supposed to be there. Because of issues, he wasn't. And I look back at how hard she worked as a parent because one of the girls from my school had a sleepover. And it was around, I think it was around like third or fourth grade. That was the time when everybody was having sleepovers, and I wanted to, because it was a sleepover birthday party, and I wanted to go because all the girls at my school were going, and I really wanted to go. And my mom was like, at first she said no. I kept on begging. She finally said yes. Then on the day I'm going to school, the girls' sleepover is the next night. I'm going to school. My mom says, "Hey, when you get to school, ask so and so to tell her mother to call me." Sick, get a knot in my stomach. I'm like, "Oh my God, what are you going to do? How are you going to ruin this for me?" So tell my friend. My friend's mother calls. My mom is interrogating this lady like she is. Y'all know that black detective on the first 48, the one who was just like, "Okay, sweetie, tell me what happened." She is like asking this lady all these questions. How big is your home? Is it a row home? Where are the girls staying? Do you have any sons? Are you married? Does your father live with you? Does your brother live with you? Will you be there supervising the girls? Like, she just had so many very important questions. But I'm a kid. I'm sitting there in the living room watching, listening to her on this phone call, and I'm sweating. I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, she's not going to let me go. She's not going to let me go." Fortunately, what the lady said to her, my mom was like, "Okay, she can go." So I was like, "Thank you, Lord." So that night, I'm getting everything together. You know what I mean? I'm getting my Gym Truly Outrageous pajamas. I'm getting my Addie American Girl doll, because I would never go anywhere without her. And so I'm just excited. I'm excited that I'm going to this sleepover, my first sleepover, and all day in school. My friend and all the girls that are going, we're talking about like what we're going to do, the games we're going to play, and trying to stay up late. And I'm just excited. Night comes, and it's time for me to go over to the party, the sleepover. I got the girl's present in tow. I think I got her a kid sister doll, because that was when they first started making My Buddy and Kid Sister in black. And it was just one color. Remember back in the day when black people didn't come in any other black dolls didn't come in any other shade, but like this cool brown. So I got her a kid sister, and I'm just excited. I'm going. I got my little sleepover bag. Get in the house. My mom, meets the lady, and I just run towards my friends, and we're just hanging out. I done changed. We changed to our pajamas, eating pizza, having a good time. I go to the bathroom, y'all. I go to the freaking bathroom. Who is still in the kitchen? My mom. I'm like, "Why are you still here?" That lady was not leaving that home until she knew that I was safe and protected. Guys, I think my mom left at like 2 a.m. because I remember going to sleep, and I remember my mother still being there in the kitchen, acting like she's hanging out with this lady. But I'm watching her go to different rooms, inspect places, acting like she's getting a freaking tour of the house. Oh, really? So this is the den? But that's my mama. I know what she's doing. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. My friends were like, "Oh, your mama's still here." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're girlfriends." She ain't know that woman from a can of paint. But she was not leaving me in that home. She was upstairs looking at everything. "Oh, your husband works overnight." "Oh, so what time is he going to get it?" "Oh, okay, okay." And before that girl's father came home, my mom picked me up. I don't even think the sun came up. I'm walking out groggy in my pajamas. I was just like, "What?" And guys, I don't think that she went home. I think my mom slept in that car. First and last sleepover I ever went to. First and last. I don't think I got invited after that. Oh, child. But again, she felt the need to do that because she has daughters, and she knows that young women, little girls, women are not protected, especially black kids. So she knew. So she was just like, "I'm not going to, even if I feel it's okay, I'm not leaving my child in a space where I'm not sure of it." I don't even think my sister was able to do a sleepover either. I think I was the only one, because maybe I was just persistent. My little sister didn't do them. Like, my mom didn't play. First and last sleepover. Gracie L said, "I'm that mom." Oh, what happened? Summer said, my school counselor told me that the boy that tried to beat me up at recess might actually like me. Then suspended both of us. Ciao. Oh, wow. Sup, people. Different cultures, man. Yes, told by Nicole, me too. She said, I'm really glad that we were able to break generational curses so that our babies will not have to heal from the things that almost broke us. You better preach. It's the fact that we're acknowledging it and calling it out and just being like, this is not okay. This is not okay. I'm not going to sit here and, be okay with, oh, we can't let the kids be around that person because this person molests people. Why is he still invited to stuff? Well, if he's coming, I'm not coming. So you made a choice. How about that? Oh my goodness, Serenity. So sorry. Oh, Serenity, yeah. That happens to a lot of young gay people. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Serenity. Angie said I was messy as heck. My kids thought God gave me the Holy Spirit to me one time, and still the fear of God in them. They wondered how I knew what they were doing all the time. Child. Desiree said I would have done the same thing with my daughter. Your mom is the best. She is. She really, really is. I'm going to the bathroom and I can hear her voice. And I'll lean over and I'm like, why is she still here? So embarrassed. So embarrassed. She was all up and down that woman's house. And I wanted to stay and have breakfast with everybody in the morning. I was so upset. I understand now as an adult, but at that time I was just like, man. But I was able to like sleep over like my cousin, my first cousin. We did sleepovers all the time. Yep, same thing, Serenity. And then, guys, this is how amazing my mom is. And then because she knew that I was so heartbroken by, my first sleepover experience not going too well because I had a warden called mom for my fourth grade birthday. She allowed me to have the sleepover. She planned a whole sleepover party for me at the Hilton, right by the airport in Philly. And I think they remodeled it, but back then they had an outdoor pool that had like this glass covering. So it was a sleepover pool party. She rented this, it wasn't a suite, but it was a big room enough for kids to be there. She it was my mom. She had chaperones. It was my mom, and then it was my mom. My big sister was supposed to be the chaperone, but she just spent the whole time at the pool acting like she was too cool for us. So it was my mom, my big sister, and it was my mom got two moms of the girls to come and be chaperones as well. She told the parents they could stay as long as they want, but a lot of parents, listen, they came, dropped off the gifts, and they was like, okay, what time we got to be back here? 11. But my mom was like, no, my mom was like, listen, y'all can stay as much as you want. I have a room over here if you guys want to stay. So she just, she's great. She's great because nope, to this day, none of my friends forget that pool party. None of them. Because we didn't have much, but I look like I had money. Because I had a whole pool party in a hotel, guys, at the Hilton by the airport. So I look like I was that kid. No, my friends did not stop talking about that part. My friend today, my friend Anna, she still talks about their pool party. And it was this big glass dome right over the pool. And we walked into the pool area and we were like, wow. I remember my friend Ruby had her floaties on and she was like, this is so cool. But yeah, she had listen, I'm not saying she had to redeem herself, but she knew that my first sleepover experience was a nightmare. So she was just like, let me top this. And she did a great job. That party is still famous to this day. Some people I do. And I'm not going to say them, right? I do have the names for my kids. I'm not going to say them. Here is why. My really good girlfriend did that, and somebody else who heard her say it, because she will always talk about her future. Like, we joke all the time about our future children. And we just talk about all these kind of scenarios. And somebody who heard her, who was like in the conversation with her, named their child, because they, got pregnant before her. They named their child that specific name that she came up, which was a mixture, I think, of her grandfather's name and her mother's. Her grandfather on her dad's side, like her mother's maiden name, was a mixture of that name, and she named her child that name. My friend never forgave that woman. Like, to this day, she still wants blood from that girl. And I'm like, mm-mm. I would feel some sort of way. Somebody is calling their baby that name, and I'm like, oh, really? So that's the only one I learned from her. I was like, oh, I'm never saying that. I'm never saying my kid's name. But so far, I'm down to like 2.5. Because before, I remember I dropped down from 12, then drastically dropped down to 6. Now, and before in 2012, I was at 3. Now I'm down to 2.5. And I think as I start doing more stuff that I've always wanted to do, might just drop down to 2. We will see. But my mom was like, no, we're not going to do less than 3 children. Not in this family. We all producing 3. My poor cousin, her second child is going on 2, and the family is just like, okay, so when the other one coming? And she's just like, excuse me, I'm done. Yeah, so by Nicole, same thing. If it was like a good girlfriend, like, yeah, my mom would do it. But like when like me and my mom's best friend and her kids, when we would like do sleepovers, they were doing sleepovers. You know what I mean? So they ain't had no babysitters. So they would hang out and we would just come. And next thing you know, my mom keeps on saying that she's leaving, but she's not really leaving. So we're on the couch in our coats, knocked out because they're still talking. So that's how those sleepovers would go. Isn't that such a shame? And that just happens for little girls. We're not allowed to have sleepovers because we don't know, because it's up in the air that we might get molested. Or what the hell is that? So much that we have to do to just survive. Like not run at night. There was a viral tweet about that. And this girl tweeted about how men don't understand the preparation that goes into walking into the parking lot at night as a woman. Like, all of the things you have to do before you walk into the parking lot, while you're walking to the parking lot, when you get to the car, when you get in the car, and when you have to leave the car. It's just like we don't understand that until we like check into it as women. We constantly are living our lives to not be murdered by men. When you think about all the things that you do, you know what I mean? Like, I'm locking my window. I'm not leaving that open. I don't want to get raped. That's like a normal thing for a woman to think about. I got to make sure I put my keys in between my knuckles just in case if somebody attack me. Why am I thinking about that leaving home goods? I should be thinking about my freaking purchase, my hologram vases that I just bought. Why am I thinking about that? So much harm to women has been normalized in this nation. It's really, really sad, and all over. I don't even think about today. Am I letting my kids do sleepovers? Watch I be my mom. Watch I act like I'm interested in what that parent is saying, knowing good and well I'm watching my kid out the corner of the eye. And don't let the sleepover mama have sons. Hell no. Yeah, I know, Summer. They are still talking about that pool party at the Hilton in Philly by the airport with the glass dome, and we had Pizza Hut pizza. So much fun, and nobody wanted to leave. To this day, we're good and grown. And we still talk about that party. Oh, she's a good mom. Oh, the Marriott. The Marriott is big too, but I think the Hilton just really took over in Philly. We got the Marriott as well, but now we got like little cute boutique hotels now because we got a lot of gentrification. And gentrifiers don't like staying in the big hotels. They like little boutique stuff. They like hotel rooms that has a deer head on it. You know what I mean? Yep. Yep. Kiwi fruit is talking about the buddy system that we have to go to the bathroom because we don't want to get raped or murdered. Oh goodness. We can't even run at night. We can't even exercise at night. Like there are times when I'm like, oh, it's getting dark. Can't go work out. And that's normal. It's so sad. But guys, what time did I get on here? Oh child, we are always at 2 hours. I'm always like, oh, I'm just gonna be on here for like an hour. And here we are. Let me get out of here. Um where Serenity, where are you from? Where you live? Sup, I did not hear that. Lord, God bless him. God bless him. But I didn't hear that. No, no, where are you from, Serenity? Because you said we just got a second Hilton like 2 years ago. Where are you from? Because I know that. Oh, you're talking about Nick Cannon. Where is my drink? I gotta get something to eat. I will say this: being on here with y'all is keeping me snatched. Because I be on here and I do not think about eating. The only time I think about getting something to eat is when my stomach starts talking to me. Like my stomach right now is homegirl is cussing me out. Oh, West Palm Beach. You in Florida? Some people said it looks horrible. Oh God, is that something we should watch as a family? Oh, okay. I love that you guys are from all over the world. That's the one great thing about the internet. You can connect instantly with people all over the world. I love it. But let me get out of here, y'all. My stomach will not shut up. And I have some work that I'm still working on that I need to finish. So I'll see you guys. Oh my gosh, today is what, Monday? Yeah. Today is Monday. I'll see you guys Thursday for no. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Wednesday for the Bachelorette. I'll see you guys Wednesday for the Bachelorette. If that's something that you don't watch, y'all know what it is. I'll probably be doing the review until like hour two, hopping on a live because we'll be talking about something else. You know what I mean? So jump on in, chat, have a good time, hang out. I love it when you guys come here to chat with me. I do not take it lightly that you are willingly spending 2 hours of your time with me. I feel so blessed. Thank you guys. I love you, and I will see you Wednesday. Bye. Mwah. Wednesday at 12. Yeah, Wednesday at 12. Because the Bachelorette, and 90 Day Fiance, my God, today, we can go 5 hours on that show. So I'll see you Wednesday at 12. PST. Love you. Bye. Bye. Bye, my love.